Alright guys, so we're out here at the flow bench. I just shut it off. I'll show you the video after I show you what I got going on. The video will be further along in this video of me actually flowing this and getting the velocity readings through it, making sure the velocity was even. So I don't know if you could see this port, but this port has been worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. Let me get some good light here. So this is the port. Actually, let me get some better light. Sit down at the porting station. Alright, so that's some better light. I threw it on the porting bench. That's the epoxied port. Now, every port is different based on your CFM and your velocity and everything like that. This is for a stock pairing class, and this one has been flow tested numerous times. I got the CFM where I wanted it, and then we went into the velocity probing. And the velocity probing, you know, you're not going to see nice pretty ports. You know, there's no shiny metal when they're done right. Now, this is how one of my ports looks when it's flow tested, velocity ported, and done 100% to the capabilities of the cylinder head. Now, doing it this way takes an astronomical amount of time. I mean, astronomical. There's really no words to say how long this takes. It just takes so long to get this right. This is about day 8, 6, 7 maybe. Working 10 hours a day and then bringing it inside and doing epoxy work and letting it epoxy dry overnight every night and redoing it and redoing it. And that gives me the general shape. And then after I do that, I'll take the head, put it on the flow bench, and velocity probe it. So I'll go now to some videos that I've pre-recorded that I was sending to the client, my buddy, and I'll go to those and I'll show you those videos. And I'm going to velocity probe it. Wait till it gets down there, balances out. What I'm doing is right here on the edge of the short turn. And I'm going to go around the short turn. I'm going to go around this braking area right here to make sure it's balanced. So, hold on. Wait till it balances. Alright, so that's the first area. You can see its position like right up a little bit over the corner. Now we'll go with the position right over here. You'll see it's the same position, a little bit over the corner. So I had to build up this huge lump. And then we'll go up here, just to the side of the guide boss. And you'll see it's in the same velocity area. And we'll go over here to this side of the guide boss. And you'll see it's right there on the corner. This is the highest spot right here. So this is your high flow side, and it's all balanced velocity. This has a little bit more flow. That's what creates the swirl in the chamber. You can't see, but down there I can see the chamber, and if I put the smoke through, it comes through with a nice swirl. So all velocity match, CFM, swirl in the chamber, this one's done. Alright, so for the next I'll show you halfway up. What I'll do is I'll go around like this, halfway, and show you the velocity. So I'm going to start in that same bottom left-hand corner. Alright, so you see where the liquid is? It's at like 8.5. So I'm going to move it to here. See the liquid? Now I'm going to move it to here. See the liquid staying the same? Now I'm going to move it to here. See the liquid staying the same? And you can see how the velocity meter was reading. Alright, so what this is a stock cylinder head. This has a stock port. It's never been touched. So now I'm going to velocity probe this port, and you're going to see how uneven it is. So we'll start in this same bottom corner. Alright, so we're in the same bottom corner. So let's see where we're at. So we're right there on the corner. Now, we'll go over to this corner. You see how the velocity's higher. See how it's down a little bit past the corner? Now we'll go up here. Now it's back up to the corner. Now we'll go over here to the left side of the guide block. See how the fluid's really low? Now, on the other head that I had done the epoxy on, they were all right at 1. See the 1 right here? They were all right at 1. This thing was over here, down here, up here. I mean, it's about 1,000 feet per second difference. Now this is in feet per second, so to get we have to divide this by 60. So, I'm sorry. So see, this is in feet per minute, where it says here, velocity in feet per minute. So to get feet per second, which we're trying to judge it on, we divide this number by 60. So if you look right here, this says 4,000, 5,000. So on the other head, the one that was epoxied, it was steady at 4, which is like right around the 1, right after the bend. On the stock port, it goes down here to 5, it goes over here. So I mean, you can see how many variations are in the stock port. Now if we come up halfway in the stock port like we did on the other head, you can see. Now I'll move to this side, halfway. See where it is? Now we'll move to the top. See how it's moving? It's not steady. Now we'll go to the other side over here. Now watch. I'll jump from here to here, so I'm going to go back so you can see the fluid move. See it moving? Now I'll show you where I'm at. I'm over here. Now when I go back to the other side, wait for it to level out. I'm still in the same spot. So you get, now we'll go to the very top up here. See how it's all over the place? Even a stock port. So that's why doing the epoxy in here, you can get this a lot better. You can get everything in here balanced. I mean, there's areas on this short turn here that are, so we'll judge right here, which is a little over 5,000 feet per second. And then we'll go to this side. Let me hold it. We'll go to this side here, which is something around 4,000 feet per second. And then we'll go up here. You can see it dropping off. Let's put the level. Still hasn't leveled. So that's there. And then we'll go over here. See it going back down fast? See how much that changed? So this is the right side. Wait for it to level. Alright, and you can see where that is. And we'll just go to here and you can see how quickly it's starting to change. And all I did was move it from this side to that side. So that goes to show how uneven. So by measuring the velocity in the ports, why velocity in the ports, balancing that all out everywhere, why that's so important is because when the velocity is even everywhere, that means all the air is even at an even speed. So it all gets fed down to the valve evenly. If there's significantly higher here and really low over here, what happens is there's a lot more of that air on this side, so it's trying to cram most of the air down to one side of the valve. So when that valve's at low to mid lift, it's not open enough to allow all the air through, so the air hits the valve, has nowhere to go, and causes turbulence in and around the valve. By velocity matching around the port, and it can all feed the valve evenly and really working that short turn, so the air by itself will take the turn and turn itself. I've showed other videos where you can literally see the air turning the short turn on its own. It's not just bypassing it and going down the high side. It's literally pulling itself around the short turn. See how it's curving back? It just hug itself right over. So that's why velocity matching the ports is so important. Now, if you look at this velocity measurement device that I have here with the pitot tube, this is not computerized, you know. And some people say, oh, well, it's not computer. You might think, well, it's not computerized. Well, you know, this is an adjustment. There's a little bubble up here, and you turn this down here, and you see how it moves the bubble. Either way, let me center it again. So by adjusting this, you're adjusting the level of it. And there's no, you know, you can't fake this. You can't, it's not like, oh, on a dyno, you can stretch it out, make it more than it is. I mean, you know, analog will always work. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, there's no sensors in it. This is all done through just, you know, measuring vacuum. So, you know, there's two different sides, and it just balances it. So this is a very accurate way of getting your velocity. And when you have a specific velocity you're going for, because velocity and CFM are parts of each other. So when you go for a specific velocity, you know, you can calculate your CFM from the velocity. So having that all velocity matched everywhere within the port allows that valve to get fed evenly. So that's just something I wanted to make a video on. Over here, I've been working on a Hemi head. Now these ones are coming out really nice. This is a head here from a friend of mine. I'll probably make its own video on it, but it's got the radius. I've done them before I had the mill where I could do the radius cuts. So now the bowls have the nice radius in it. So they're coming out really nice. You know, down in the spark plug area, all this is looking really sweet. So he's really excited about it. We're going to be doing a 28.5 intake in this, and maybe 27 exhaust, or maybe the 25. So it's going to be a 28.5 27 or 28.5 25. I'm not sure yet. Still waiting on the valves. But yeah, so velocity matching. That's how to do it. That's how to get it. That's how to make those horsepower numbers. Without velocity matching, you're leaving a lot on the table. You know, once you get, everyone could get the CFM number, and that's an easy number to get, you know, but velocity matching it, and I'm not going to give all my secrets out, but, you know, I like these incents, and I have a flexible tube here where I can position them, and I position these, and I can send 5 smoke streams, or however many I wanted, down the port, and I can look through this mirror down here. Maybe with the light off you could see it, but you see that mirror? That's looking right up the tube, so I can look at the bottom of that combustion chamber. Now that combustion chamber is welded, but haven't done the porting on it yet. And when I send the smoke through, I can watch cylinder fill. So velocity matching and focusing on your cylinder fill along with that CFM number, that's how I get my engines to flow, and that's how they run so strong. A lot of guys that are out racing for me started racing today. I've already been getting messages with their score papers, you know, coming in first in qualifying, second, and then overall in the Premier coming in first. There's 3 different categories he's racing in today. Had a throttle linkage problem on his second race, and still came in 4th on that category, even though he was reaching back and manually hitting the throttle. But he's got one more coming up. I told him to send me some pictures and video clips. They sent me the initial startup of the engine. Things I've never heard a big block rev that fast. That's just going to show how that velocity matching works. It's just absolute magic. You know, you get that velocity there, and you got all that, you got that grunt in the engine. So this is Paul from Paul's Karts. Hope you guys like this video, and until next time, have a good day.